Welcome to this new episode by Music Bizarre, Hazzation, the world at your fingertips, by me, Music Bizarre. Okay, so today we're going to be discussing the book Blink. It's an international bestseller. The author has authored The Tipping Point, which is a book I own too. The author's name is Malcom Gladwell. The Power of Thinking Without Thinking. A real pleasure. Blink brings surprises, insights, and our world and ourselves. So long. That's how we can say. That's a review from somebody named So Long. Okay, introduction. The statue that didn't look right. In September 1983, an art dealer by the name of Ganofo Pocano. If we are to combine all of these little changes, we would end up with a different and better world. I believe in hope that by the end of this book, you will believe it as well, that the task of making sense of ourselves and our behavior requires that we acknowledge there can be as much value in the blink of an eye as in months of rational analysis. I always consider scientific opinion about objective that authenticate judgment. If you're hearing birds, that's because I'm surrounded by birds. Now I'm not reading from the book. If you I'm surrounded by birds, and it's good company. Okay, so chapter 1, the theory of the thin slice. How a little bit of knowledge goes a long way. Some years ago, a young couple came to the University of Washington to visit a library of a psychologist named John Gottman. They were in their 20s, blonde and blue-eyed, and with stylish Tolson haircuts and funky glasses. Later, some of the people who worked in the lab would say they were the kind of couple that is easy to link intelligence and attractive and funny in a droll, ironic kind of way, and that much is immediately obvious from Goten, the doctor. He made their visit, and the husband, whom I will call Bill, had enduringly playful manner. His wife, Suzanne, had a sharp Deadpool wit. They were led into a small room on the second floor of the non-script two-way blinding that house Goten's operations. That's where he actually meets his patients. Okay, and they sat down above 5 feet apart on the office chairs mounted on a raised platform. They both had electrodes and sensors clipped to their fingers and ears, which measures things like their heart rate, how much they were sweating. Well, I'm sweating a lot. Anyway, and the temperature of their skin under their chairs, a juggle-o-meter, and many testing. Okay, let's move on. Sue, sweetie, she's not smelly. Bill, did you smell her today? Sue, I smelled her. She smelled good. I pitted her, and my hand didn't stink or feel oily. Your hand have never smelled oily. Bill, yes, sir. Sue, I have never let my dog get oily. I think this is a conversation between the doctor and the couple. Bill, yes, sir. She's a dog. Sue, my dog has never gotten oily. You'll better be careful. Bill, no, you would better be careful. Sue, no, you would better be careful. Don't call my dog oily, boy. That's the end of that. The Love Lab. How much do you think can be learned about Sue and Bill's marriage by watching the 50-minute video tape? Can we tell if their relationship is healthy or unhealthy? I suspect that most of us would say that Bill and Sue's dog talk doesn't tell us much. It much too short. Marriage are buffeted with more important things like money and sex and children and job and in-laws and constantly changing combinations. Sometimes couple are very happy together. Some days they fight, some days they feel as though they could almost kill each other. But then they go on a vacation and come back sounding like newlyweds. In order to know a couple, we feel as though we have to observe them over many weeks and months, and they seem in every state happy, triggered, angry, irritated, delighted, having a nervous breakdown, and so on. And on just in the relaxed and chatty mood that Bill and Sue seemed to be in, to make an accurate prediction about something as serious as the future of a marriage. Indeed, to make a prediction of any sort, it seems that we would have to gather a lot of information and add as many different contexts as possible. But John Gottun, the doctor, has proven that we didn't have to do that at all. Since the 1980s, Gottun has brought more than 3,000 married couples, just like Bill and Sue, into that small room in his love lab near the University of Chicago campus. Each couple has been videotaped, and the results have been analyzed according to something called Gottman, dubbed as SPAFF, for a specific effect, a coding system that has 20 separate categories corresponding to every conceivable emotion that married couple might express during the conversation. Take disgust, for example, is one component of anger. Contempt is 2. Anger is 7. Defensiveness is 10. Within is whining is 11. Sadness is 12. Stonewalling is 13. Neutral is 14, and so on. Gottun has taught his staff how to read every emotional nuance in people's facial expressions and how to interpret seemingly ambiguous bits of dialogue. Then they watch a marriage videotape as they sign a SPFF.